Dear my brothers and sisters, the New Zealand terrorist was not only a racist and Islamophobia, Turkophobia. The attack was in no way an individual act. The murderer or murderer was certainly not alone. Who presented Turkey as a target to him? Who is trying to siege us from the east? Was the person who murdered 50 Muslims in New Zealand during the Friday prayer solely a racist and Islamophobia or a Turkophobia? Can we explain that massacre through the murderer's identity, spiritual world, and divine alone? Is it possible to evaluate such characters and murderers that are rising in Europe, bred by Israel, Israel's far right, and spread throughout the world by neocon racists based on individual personalities? Was this a murderer's personal decision? Of course not. Who brought the murderer to Turkey? Why was New Zealand chosen? Why was the Friday prayer chosen as a time? Why were both anti-Islam and anti-Turk symbols used? Why was Vienna emphasized and the showdown impulse brought forward through the civilization identity? Why was it presented through animosity against Islam and Muslims and anti-Turkey sentiment? Why was this attack not conducted in countries around Europe? What brought that murderer to Turkey? What was it that took him to Israel? What made him travel to Ottoman region? What made him send a message through Çanakkale and the Anzacs? Or who was he? Who were they? The murderer is in no way one individual. This is a doing of a network. The murderer is in no way just one individual. The attacks was certainly not conducted by one man alone. The chosen location was especially determined. The United States, Israeli and Western intelligence organizations network such cells everywhere across the world. The New Zealand murderer is also a sleeper cell. Such terrorist networks are being prepared from Europe to Asia and Africa. This is a global network. There is a direct link between this networking and the operational developments we witnessed in our immediate vicinity and in Europe. The New Zealand killer and those who consider the torture in Abu Ghraib to be worship are one and the same. It is the same mindset, the same way, the same human profile, the same networking. We are at the heart of the showdown. The century is a showdown century. We see traces of this showdown in every corner of the earth, and we will continue to see them. We are right at the heart of this showdown, and we can see this. We are going to see more reflections of the global power battles, the showdowns of pro-Atlantic circles with rising powers, the attempts of the West to restrain the East, and interventions to prevent the Muslim world from rising again. You will see that Muslims are at the center of all the power battle of the 21st century world, that the Muslim region is and will be the main center of all fights for all fights for power. The West, which has used the Islamic identity to establish terrorist organizations until now, is also working more systematically and forming a different network through far-right Christian identities. Pay attention to east borders of the Muslim region. The West, which is making Muslims fight among themselves, is using Muslims as the hitman in its fight against the world's rising powers. We are going to see more examples of this. Our currently fogged minds are going to become a lot clearer. The West's terror wave is spreading through the earth in all its filth. The West future plan or plans are being carried out entirely through terrorist organizations. But I would like to draw attention to something else here. Why is it that in recent months the identity-based conflicts and activities are shifting toward Asia? Efforts are being made to form the psychological infrastructure of a West China showdown through Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and East Turkestan. Efforts are being made to start a war between India and Pakistan again. A racist Christian in New Zealand carries out a mosque massacre. Schemes are being plotted in the east border of the Muslim world. Similar sabotage attempts may surface in the near future in the entire region, all the way to Indonesia. Islam is a common problem for all civilizations. Theory is being indoctrinated. I have been trying to draw attention to this matter for some time now. The West, the Atlantic mind, is carrying out an open war against Islam, against the Muslim world, and Turkey, which has awakened this world. However, in the recent period, the West has been striving to spread this war through Islam's eastern borders in an attempt to have Muslims clash with other civilizations too. My concern is whether Islam, which is CH from the West, will now buy CH from the South and the East as well. Will the Western attacks controlled by the Christian, Jewish far right be joined by the Buddhist and Hindu worlds from now on? Will Islam be made out to be a common problem for all civilizations? This is the question. In addition to the conflicts that the West and Christian Jewish civilizations have with Islam, will Buddhists and Hindus also clash with Islam too from now on? Siege from all corners, dragged into endless wars. The current plan being implemented is a major one aimed at sieging the Muslim world from all corners, dragging it into endless wars among itself, turning all differences and identities into grounds for conflict for these civil wars, and making the Islamic civilization clash with all civilizations of the world. I believe that such a mind does exist, and that this mind is carrying on such a global scale network. I am certain that the massacre in New Zealand is in no way the act of one individual. Let us wait and see. But as we wait, I would say let us pay a little more attention to the East. Thank you very much for your kind attention and assistance, and God bless you all, dear my brothers and sisters. Thank you.